In the fall of 2013, a severe storm hit the Gifford Pinchot National Forest. Huge amounts of rain fell in the valleys, and several feet of snow covered the higher elevations. People were caught off guard. Altogether, 4 hikers went missing. 2 were rescued by helicopter, and after a week, another made it out on her own. But the 4th, Kristopher Zitzewitz, was never seen again. I'm here in the big lava bed in Skamania County, Washington, and it is 35 square miles of lava forest with fissures that are anywhere from a few feet to 40 feet deep, sinkholes or pits that drop off that you can't get out of, some lava tubes which are hard to find, forest, some of the trees are bonsaied, naturally bonsaied, because they don't get a lot of moisture. It is deceptively difficult. From the outside, you can't really even tell how bad it really is until once you get into it. And then it just seems like rough terrain. Whoa! Ouch! Mother! That's gonna leave a mark. Christopher and a friend were trying to find a lava tube up by Goose Lake at the north end of the lava bed here. They were off from where the actual lava tube is, and they decided to split up just for a couple minutes, and Christopher said, I'm gonna go check out this point and then meet you back here or back at the road. And that was the last of his friend saw him. All right, I'm headed up to the north end of the big lava bed up by where Kristopher was last seen, and I am not planning on being out too long. Whoa, what is that? It's interesting. I guess I haven't been to the lava bed this time of year, and there are areas that have water in them that don't usually, and others that do have water. And behind me is a little lake that's just temporary here, and I can see a current going through. It's going through right underneath me. There's a collapsed lava tube here, which is not collapsed back here, and you can't go in it because it's a jumble of rocks. But you can see that the water is definitely snaking its way through these lava tubes. I'm trying to head up north. I was hoping to get to Goose Lake, but I just talked with some folks, and they said that they couldn't make it that far themselves, and they made it as far as the Disappearing Lake, and they said it's pretty big this year. So that'll be great to be able to see that, but I was hoping to make it further up tonight, realizing that I forgot mosquito repellent. At least I think I did. Usually I try to keep it in my kit, and for some reason I didn't this time. So I think I might get eaten alive, or I'm gonna have to keep bundled up so I don't get eaten alive. All right, I'm not going to go any further. I could drive further, but I'm by myself. I don't want to get stuck. It's evening, and there's really no point because it's 6 miles up to the north end of the lava bed, and the road's definitely going to be blocked by that time. So I'm going to just hang out, check out the lakes here, try to set up camp. I'm mostly sleeping in my rig, so I'm not going to have much of that, but I want to see some of the sights, and I'll try to avoid all these mosquitoes.
on the 23 road, my dog Bourbon and I were passing this car every day that backed up into a little spur road, and there was still a lot of snow on the ground, but we noticed that it was still there after 3 or 4 days, and this is kind of a stolen car dumping ground. And when we approached the car, looked in there, the first thing we noticed, there was a woman's purse and her cell phone sitting in the car. 2 things a woman is not, they're not going to be parted with, is their phone or their purse, and they're both there. Mm-hmm. So we called up the sheriff's department, and I wrote down the license plate, and when I gave it to the dispatcher, she said, just a moment, and they went and come to find out this was a woman they'd been looking for that they thought had possibly killed herself. She had called her family from a cemetery of all places, talking really weird, and they came up search and rescue, and they combed that place for about a week, and nobody ever found her.
Really? She's
still up there somewhere. That is, and
do you remember her name?
No, it's on the her picture and poster and everything still at the Forest Service. She was from the Beaverton area. I think she worked for one of the electronic firms over there. But her car and everything was there, and they searched and searched for her, and it's really kind of an odd deal because I saw the pictures of her online. They posted all of that, and it was on the news, and she was in her mid to late 40s, and she was not the hiker type. She was a bit overweight, so with a lot of snow on the ground, somebody like that just is not going to be able to make a lot of progress in that kind of terrain. Mm-hmm. But they never found her.
Have you ever found anyone else?
Yeah, a couple of years ago. Oh, I guess it's 5 or 6 years ago. We didn't know the guy had been up here stuck for about a week, and we gave him a ride into Trout Lake, and we thought he was just going to call and get a wrecker and get his vehicle out of the snow. Well, come to find out, the reason we didn't see the vehicle is because it was buried in snow, and he decided to try to trek out when we found him. And they got the vehicle in the spring, but and there's been...
But he was alive, though.
He was alive, yeah. And there's been a lot of people... there's been several that have been found by the reservation that still a mystery as to how their death occurred. But we found a lot of stuff up in here hiking around. There's a lot of stolen cars up here, like right now up at I think it's Pinchot they call it. There's 3 of them up there right now that got dumped and stripped. Goose Lake is open now. They've been going in for about 4 or 5 days. Been going in for a couple weeks, actually, the kids with 4-wheel drive, but now it's pretty well unrestricted, and there's from here in South Prairie all the way to Trout Lake, it's absolutely open. There's no snow at all.
That was a fascinating conversation. I didn't think I was going to run into anybody on this trip, but it seems like I always do. And I'm glad to know the road is open, but it seems to me like I'm always getting in to set up a camp after dark, which I find really annoying. One thing that's interesting is the area that I was showing you that is covered in water, that is normally a meadow, is the area where they had the rainbow gathering last year. You may recall from searching from Austin Oldfield, I went there and interviewed some people, and all of those places where I interviewed people are underwater right now. The reason this lake is here is because one of the lava tubes, or several of them, are frozen. For some reason it really holds the moisture for a long time, and then he said he saw it personally drain lower 5 feet within an hour when it happened to be here on the day that it broke. So it goes out really fast when the ice dam breaks, but nobody knows where it's at because it's underground somewhere. Anyhow, interesting terrain, and I am off to find a camping spot. The road was nice and open all the way up here to Goose Lake at the north end of the big lava bed. The campground here is open. It's actually closed for the season, but the gate is open, so I was able to drive in here, and there's a few other people camping, which is nice. It's cold out, about 44 degrees, and whenever I'm camping, especially alone, and it's cold, I feel like just crawling in my sleeping bag and going to sleep. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just car camping here, so that's nice and convenient. And looking forward to getting up early in the morning, getting out there on the lava bed, seeing some of the features. Again, I'm not going to be able to do any sort of a search in earnest today because of the snow and just needing to find out more information about where Kristopher was last seen. But I really want to get a better feel for the terrain, the features, challenges I might have as I'm searching.